Hi, this is Gustav, the developer of TupiTube. Welcome to our channel. Today I want to start saying hi to the people who is joining this transmission. Thank you so much, guys, for being there. It's really special for us. Give me a second. I need to fix something here. Perfect. Okay. As you already know, today we are going to talk about the new features included in our latest release of TupiTube Desk, the version 0218. So today I'm going to tell you a little details of the new implementations we made for this version. So what's new? Okay, today we are going to talk a little about the text tool, the Storyboard module, the Eyedropper tool, the lip sync module, the motion twin, and the FPS mark. Okay? If you have any question, please just let me know in the chat. So I will pay attention to answer if it is necessary. Okay? So let's begin. Let's move to the desktop screen and let's start a new session of TupiTube Desk. So let's start with the text tool. As you can see, the icon is here and is new for the interface of TupiTube Desk because we never had this feature. So for the first time you will be able to create animations including test objects. Okay, so let's make a little example, something pretty basic. Let's type TupiTube and let's pick a font we want to use for this demo. Whatever you want to, whatever you have installed in your computer. My favorite used to be Blambot Pro. Let's see if I can find it here easily. Oh, there we are. Okay, let's use this one. So I'm going to pick this size for the font, and there it is. Now I have a text object included in my workspace. So what I'm going to do for the demo, I don't know, let's apply some twins. So what if we rotate this object? Let's do it. I'm going to apply a rotation twin to the object, something pretty easy to do. So let's try 72 frames, rotating 5 degrees. Okay, so let's apply the twin and let's see how it looks. And there you go. This is a pretty basic example of a text object using a rotation twin, and that's it. Okay, you will be able to play with the text tool a lot. As you can see, you can change several features of the object. This is the usual features that come with any text tool. So I think that you will be able to play with it anytime you want to. You can just one additional note. If you want to change the color of the font, you can use the fill tool as usual, and you can try using the border color or the fill color. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to use. And once you click on the object, you can change the color of it. Okay, well, that's all about the text tool. So let's keep taking a look to other features. The storyboard module. So let's take a look at it. What we were doing in the storyboard module. This module already exists in TupiTube. So what we did was to add new features to it. Oh, sorry. I need to start a new example. So let's start a new example. Okay. In fact, I'm going to open a previous version I prepared for you. A previous example. This example was made by my friend Gustavo Devese. He's a professional animator and he wanted to help me making this pretty basic storyboard. So let me change the FPS so we can see it in a better way. It's a pretty basic storyboard. It only has 4 scenes, 5 actually, 5 scenes, and that's all. Okay, this is the storyboard, but now let's take a look at what's new for the module. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can open the storyboard module from the miscellaneous tools right here in the bottom of this toolbar. Right here, storyboard settings. So what changed? What changed? Basically, from now, you can use the whole screen to include the scene you want to design for every page of your storyboard. In the past, the configuration was different and it was not so nice like it's now. Okay, now you can do 2 things with the storyboard once you finish it. You can export it as a PDF or you can create an animatic. Let's take a look to the PDF version. So let's export it. Let's call it test PDF and let's save it. Okay, it's done. So let me show you how it's going to look, your PDF from now. Use your storyboard as PDF. Let's take a look. And there you are. The first page is some kind of cover with the main data of the storyboard. I didn't fill it all the fields, but I could do it. Let's try it again just for a moment so you can see what I'm talking about. As you can see now, the cover is complete. Now I can export the PDF once again. Let's do it. Let's overwrite the test PDF I create before. Okay, it's done, and let's get back and check. Okay, that's the cover of my storyboard, and here you can see the different scenes created by Gustavo Dives. Okay, as you can see, he used the text tool to include some little notes as part of his storyboard. Okay, as if you make a little comparison between this result and the storyboards you could create with the previous versions of TupiTube, you will find out that the new result is a lot better. Okay. Um, okay, let's take a look to the animatic option. So what is an animatic? An animatic is some kind of storyboard in motion. It's not the usual animation that you create on TupiTube, but it's just the different scenes that you create as part of your storyboard being displayed slowly as a presentation. An animatic finally is just an MP4 file. It's a video file, but the idea is that you add a different speed, that you use a different speed for this format. When we are talking about animatics, usually you set the duration for every scene in seconds. For example, for the cover, I'm going to use 2 seconds. Let's set 1 second. For the first scene, 1.2 seconds. For the second scene, 1.2 seconds. Let's use the same values for all the scenes. The animatic format is used by some professional animators, and Gustavo asked me to include this feature. So, as he is one of our main members of our community, I decided to include this feature for him. Let's set the last value for this animatic. All the scenes are set now with the right duration. So all I have to do is to export the animatic. As I mentioned before, this is an MP4 file. Okay, so let's go to the temporary folder and let's create animatic.mp4 and let's save it. And this is it. Now I have my animatic of my storyboard. Let's take a look to it. So here we go. As you can see, it's pretty slow. It's not an animation, but it's more like an animated version of your storyboard. Okay. Well, those are the changes we made on the storyboard module. As you can see, we enhanced a lot the final result of this module compared with the previous versions of TupiTube. So let's get back to our list and check what's next. Oh, okay, the Eyedropper tool. This is some missing tool that we should implement a long time ago. But well, finally we could do it. So let's start a new project and let's check what is it about the eyedropper. If you open the color palette, you will see the option right here and right here. So you can set the color for the background using the drop tool, or you can use the drop tool for the border or for the fill color of the elements you want to change. So let's make a little example. Let's start painting something. Let's paint several squares. Excuse me, let's start like this. Okay, just another square right here, and let's try blue maybe. That's it, that's enough. So now let's say that I'm creating a frame. I'm working on a frame and I'm illustrating, and for some reason I want to recover the color of this square. So what should I do? Okay, all I have to do is go to the color palette and pick the option Eyedropper. So let's say I want to pick the board for the border. I want to pick this color. So all I have to do is enable the eyedropper and go to the workspace area, and as you can see, all I have to do is move the mouse cursor over the area where is the color I want to copy. So for example, in this case, this purple. So all I have to do is click on it, and as you can see here, I can copy the color I need. So let's say that I want to change, I want to change the fill color and copy the color from this square. So all I have to do is to click on the fill option, pick the eyedropper once again, go to the area I want to copy the color from, which is this one. I just have to click on it, and as you can see, now I have that color on my fill option. So if I try to create a new square, as you can see, I'm using the colors I got from the eyedropper tool. So this is a very, very handy tool that I hope you can use and enjoy for your projects. Okay, well, that's it about the eyedropper. I forgot to mention something about the storyboard module, so give me a second and I will talk to you about it. Okay, let's start a new project. And now what I'm going to do is to show you some templates we create for storyboards. Those templates are available from the TupiTube library. So if you go to the library panel and click on the search engine, search engine. If you look for the search engine, you will be able to look for storyboard templates. All you have to do is to use the word storyboard and look for the static backgrounds. The storyboard templates are available as static backgrounds. So as you can see, there are 4 different configurations you can use. If you don't want to create your own template, of course you can work on your own template if you want to, but I just want you to know that there are 4 options already available on our TupiTube library. Okay, so let's say I want to use this one. So I just have to import the asset. Oh, sorry, I used a very small dimension for my project. Let's use full HD. And now let's import a template from the TupiTube library. Storyboard. We have to look at the static background. Now I can use it. Let's use this one. Import asset. Now I have it, as you can see. And this template will be part of my background. So if I'm going to work specifically in a storyboard, I will be able to use it in every scene I want to illustrate, I want to design. That's it. I forgot to mention this detail, but now you know it. Okay, so let's keep checking our list of new features. What is next? The lip sync module. Okay, so let's take a look to the lip sync module, what we have. to show you. Let's start with a new project. And let's go to the lip sync module, also known as the Papagayo module. So it's in the miscellaneous tools too in the end, or you can open it right here from the import option. Let's work on this one. The first thing I want to show you is a new dialog we included, the mouth samples. The mouth samples is an educational option, if you wish, we wanted to include in this version so young animators can learn the basic positions you need to use when you are doing lip sync. So we create a set of several examples, as you can see. Let me show you. Every set of mouths is representing every phoneme you use when you are talking. This is a very basic set of mouth shapes, but it's all that you need when you are starting. This is all that you need to animate a character talking. These mouth shapes. In some case, we included the whole face to make it more interesting, but as you can see in the first example, it's just the mouth representing letters A and I, letter E, ETC, F, B, L, M, B, P, O. This is the position of the mouth when the character is not talking, which is rest. The U shape, U, and W and Q. Okay, so why did we include these options here? It's just for educational reasons. I mean, we want that new animators understand these concepts because they are important, they matter when you are learning to do lip sync. This is another example of the mouth shapes you should use to represent all the possible mouth expressions when a character is talking. Okay, this is just a reference so you can study them and learn a little more about lip sync. Okay, on the other hand, we included these mouth samples as part of the options you can use for your project. So let me start a new project, this time using a smaller resolution. Let's try this. This could work. Okay. So let's open the lip sync module once again, and this time I'm going to add an example. This example I used it in the workshop we made about Papagayo. So I'm going to reuse this example. It's quite simple. We can enjoy it together. What is it? Right here. So I have an example from Finding Nemo. It's a little quote from Dory, the character Dory. So I create this PGO file using the Papagayo tool. If you want to know how I did it, you can check in our videos, in our workshop series, and look for the, I think it's the workshop number 17. There you will find how we create this file. The good thing is in future versions of TupiTube Desk, Papagayo will be included as part of TupiTube, so you don't have to go you don't have to open another software to create this file, which is a great news in the future. Okay, let's load the sound. Let's use Dory MP3. And this is the important part that we change it. From now, you will be able to use your own set of modes as usual. I mean, if you create your own set of modes, you can pick the folder where you have those modes and use it, or you can try to use any of our set of modes we already create as samples. So let's try one of these. Let's use this one and let's click OK, and here we are. Okay. The software crashed as usual when I'm making a live transmission, but don't worry, we can try it again. Let me restart the software and we can keep going with the presentation. Okay, here we go again. Let's create a new sample. Let's open the Papagayo module and let's add a new project. We already have it here. We already have it here. And let's try this mouth. Let's see if this works. Okay, it's working. Let's check it.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swim. Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills.
So as you can see, if you are just testing the application, or if you want to try your first animation exercise, you don't have to create the mouths and your first try, because we are providing these samples that you can use directly, just to learn, just to try your first
Mr. Grumpy Gills.
Animations using lip sync. Let me try just another one. I just want to see if it works or not. Once again, the same sample. I'm going to load it again. I'm going to load the same sound file, but this time I'm going to use, let's use this guy, the green one. Okay, now we have it. And
hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
Remember, if you want to try these examples and you want to learn a little about lip sync, if you miss the workshop number 17, it is available on our YouTube channel, so please go there and watch it. Okay, this is all about the lip sync module, so let's get back to our list and check what is missing. Oh, the motion twin. Let's talk about the motion twin. Okay, in the motion twin we made some little changes, so let me show you about it. Let's create a basic element that we want to move. This time let's try an ellipse. Let's use red again. What about blue? Let's try blue. Okay, so we are going to create a basic ellipse right here. Okay, now let's say that we want to work with the motion twin, so let's open it and let's create a new twin. Let's select the object we want to move and let's go to the path properties. Here you will find some difference compared with the previous versions of TupiTube. The first one, you can see it right here. Usually when you were creating the path of the motion twin, you couldn't change the color of the path. So in some cases, if you were using some kind of background with many colors, or with a color very similar to the color of the path of the twin, it was really hard to make to recognize the path, because the background color was generating some kind of conflict with the path. So now you have this option. So in case, for example, let's say that the background color is red. In red you can recognize easily the path, but let's look another color which is not so simple to follow. Maybe this one could be, well, in some kind of gray is a little more complex to recognize. For example, here is harder to recognize the path. So in this case, for example, I have the option to try another color for the path, so it will be easier for me to recognize it. And also I can change the size, the size of the border. I could make it bigger. So as you can see, it will be easier for you in case the background is generating some problem and you can't recognize the path. Okay, this is one of the changes we made on this plugin, the motion twin. But what else we did? We did this. Let me show you. I'm going to change the background color because I don't like it. Let's try something more cool. Maybe this one. Okay, so let's add a motion twin. Let's select the object. Okay, I'm going to change the color of the path to white. Let's see how it goes. And the new change we included in this version is the option control to make horizontal and vertical lines. So let me show you how it works. For example, if I press the control key and I click, as you can see, the line is horizontal. Now if I keep moving and I press control and I click once again, the line is vertical. And I keep going, pressing control, and look. Give me a second, it's not working. Okay, right here. Right here. Okay. Let me try once again. I'm having some issue with my laptop. The mouse is not working as it used to work, so please be patient. Let's try it again. So as I mentioned before, let me try with another mouse that I have here, so maybe it can work better. Let's see. Pressing control. Oh, I can see. Oh, sorry guys, right now I'm having a mouse issue. This is usual with my presentations. Murphy's law is always around. Let's try for the last time. Okay, anyway, what matters here is the shortcut control. With the shortcut control you can create vertical and horizontal paths. Let me see if if I can do it. This will be my last try. This time it seems the mouse is working for some reason. Sorry about that. But I think that you understood the concept, right? Okay. So as you can see, all the path for this animation is straight, all the time straight. This feature wasn't available in previous versions of TupiTube. Now it's available for you. All you have to do is press the control key anytime you want to create a straight path. Okay, I'm going to apply this and let's see how it looks. Well, it's a little fast. Let's change the FPS value. This is just a very basic example, just to show you that you can try straight paths. This is very useful, for example, to animate a Pac-Man scene. The video game, a Pac-Man scene could be animated using this option. Okay, that's all about the motion twin. So let's get back to our list and let's finish this transmission talking about the FPS mark. What is the FPS mark? Let's take a look. The FPS mark is available on the timeline panel and the exposure sheet panel. Let's start a new project just for a moment. And let me show you what changed. Okay. So as you can see here, there is a parameter called FPS. So I'm going to set the FPS value. I'm going to set that parameter to 8. Let's say 8. So if I get back to the exposure sheet or to the timeline, if you wish, in the timeline you will see this green mark. You can see that here, here, and here. That mark represents every second of your animation. I mean, if you start drawing frames, when you get here, you will have your first second of animation. When you get here, you will have your second second of animation. That sounds a little weird. Your second. This is your third second of animation, and so on. Okay. In the case of the exposure sheet, here is the FPS mark. So as I mentioned before, it is your first second of animation, your second of animation, your third second of animation, your fourth second of animation, and so on. This is a handy reference when you want to know how many seconds you have animated while you are working on your project. Now remember that if anytime you change the value of the FPS value here, the FPS mark will change. As I set FPS equal to 12, now the mark is right here in 12 and in 24 and in 36 and so on. Okay, this is let's say that this is a very basic feature, but I think that it's really handy for you. It can be really handy for you. Okay, as far as I can see, I already explained all the new features we included on this version of TupiTube. I was checking the chat and there are not additional questions about it, no further questions, but it doesn't matter anyway. If you have additional questions and want to contact me, please don't forget to join the social network of TupiTube, where you can find me all the time. In fact, I forgot to show you this little sample I made using the text tool. Let me show you. that's it. It's a pretty short exercise, but there you can see how I was using different fonts for this demo that we called the test challenge, the text challenge. As I was saying, you always can contact me on the social network of TupiTube. You can send me a direct message to my account, Gustav Gonzalez, or you can contact me sending a message to the TupiTube account directly. So don't worry about it. Okay, I think this is all for now. So just to say goodbye, I want to remind you that we have a Patreon page and a PayPal account. So in case you want to support us, in case you like our project, in case you enjoy using TupiTube, or social network, or desktop application, or mobile app, well, you are very welcome to support us. From $1, you can help us a lot. Okay, that's all for now. That's all for now. Let me play the music once again.